Welcome to the garage. I'm Robert, and this is Haslip Cycle Works. Today I'm going to show you guys a tool that I stumbled upon on Instagram, of all places. If you watch the plasma cutter video, you know that I'm not going to bring you something unless I think it's worth my time or your time. And it's got to be a quality product, good price point, and it's got to work, and it's got to last. This tool checks all those boxes. Again, I'm not going to spotlight any sort of product unless I believe in it, and I also have to believe in the company that's providing the product. This tool checks all those boxes, meets all those requirements. This tool is kind of geared towards fabricators, especially fabricators that are using weld tables or fixture tables with either the 16 millimeter hole or the 5/8 holes onto its centers. It is also compatible with the same types of tables that may have the threaded holes as well, of a smaller size. Well, let me show you the tool itself. Okay, these are speed squares, and they are by Eric at Genuine Metalworks. As you can see, well, here I'll get you at a better angle. On our serve flat table, which also has the 16 mil holes in it on 2-inch centers, you can position this and it will bolt directly to the table. So you can firmly affix this to your table. It is bent at a 90 degree on two sides. You can see how substantial this metal is. And the best thing is you can take these and bolt them together to jig something up. You have straight holes through here. You also have grooves cut in it. So say your piece doesn't line up perfectly when you're using these holes. Problem solved. Like I said, you can bolt two of these together. If you got a longer piece that you need to stabilize, you can bolt these together. The 5/8 or 16 mil hardware will key these together perfectly, and that gives you a nice flat surface. You can then bolt it down to the table. It's nice and secure. You can also use these bad boys without the table. So just a demonstration here. Bam. And then you would take your clamps lock your work pieces down. Lock your speed square down, and then if you need to weld this or whatever it is you need to do, or say it was mitered and you wanted to join those up, especially if you're welding. I've talked about it before, but when you start welding something, putting heat in it, it will bend. The piece will walk on you. This stops that, or mitigates it as much as you possibly can, so you can get perfectly lined up joints. If you have these things are awesome, they're genius, and they're sold in pairs. This is the 6-inch pair. They also have an 8-inch pair. I have a single pair of these. I think I'm going to have to get a collection of these going. I will provide links to Genuine Metalworks in the description. If you're interested in a set of these, hit up Eric. I found him on Instagram. Hit him up on Instagram, direct message him, and tell him what you want, and he will hook you up. Another cool thing about these speed squares is it doesn't have to be metal. Like anything else you do, if you're going to do it, you should do it right. So if you've got some 2x2s or 2x4s or whatever it may be, you can clamp those directly to this speed square. Same principle as with the metalwork. Clamp it together, pre-drill, run your screws in, run bolts in, whatever the case may be. But it's not limited to metalwork. And like I said before, another cool feature is with just regular C-clamps, you can jig up any parts you want with these without a weld table. You don't have to have a weld table to use these speed squares. You can tell I'm a little out of practice. The Certa flat table with the quick adjusting clamps have spoiled me. But you can clamp your pieces directly to the speed squares. There you go. Independent of the table, you know you've got your angle locked down. It's not going to move. This could be elevated somewhere. You weld that together, no problems. The easiest part about these speed squares is you can jig something up, lock it down, and not have to worry about it warping while you're welding. Now, I've done this before, and I probably will continue to do it. There's some cases where you may have to, but now that I have these, the times I do it are going to be minimal. But how many times, and how many of you have tried to jig something up using one of these carpenter's speed squares? Great tool, not really intended for us metalworkers though. There's not enough meat here to clamp to. And as you can see, it moves around, it flops around, you get your piece together, you can't clamp it to this, so you're stuck holding it and trying to weld it. And well, guess what? It's going to warp on you. You're not going to be left with a true 90-degree angle. And this is the better of the two tools that I'm going to show you, which will now be a thing of the past once you purchase a set of speed squares from Genuine Metalworks. A regular carpenter square. If you push on it too much, you can see there's nothing here. There's no wall. There's nothing keeping you from rocking your piece. And again, same issue. There's not enough material for you to get a C-clamp or any other clamp to lock your piece down to keep it from moving. So you kind of have to line it up and tack it and hope it stays and adjust. And why deal with all that when you could get a set of these speed squares? And there is plenty of room to clamp down onto. Just to show you how much there is to clamp onto, I'm just going to throw a tape measure on it real quick. 3 inches by 4. And that's on 2 sides. And you see how substantial this is. It is made from 1/4 inch steel. It is CNC laser cut. It is CNC bent. Eric over at Genuine Metalworks metal finishes it and chamfers all the holes by hand. Guy runs a tight ship. He's got his business straight. He has a solid product that he offers the community. He doesn't try to upsell you on a bunch of stuff that you don't need. It's a simple but very effective tool. And this is one of those heirloom tools, just like one of these tables. Made right here in the US of A. Doesn't get any better than this. So, let's put our speed squares to the test. Let's see if they are as accurate as Eric claims they are. I have here, ordinary carpenter's speed square versus Genuine Metalworks speed square. Well, that's perfect. All right. One of the other claims is that these 90-degree bends are guaranteed to be within plus or minus 0.02 degrees. So I'm going to take the most accurate piece I have in this garage and verify that claim. It's a set of steel 1, 2, 3 blocks. These are machined on all sides, so we know these are square and flat. Scoot you guys down so that you can see this a little bit better. But there is no daylight between the 1, 2, 3 block and this speed square on our serve flat. If you look, that is flat. Our 1, 2, 3 block is flat, and it is dead on. That is 100% 90 degrees. No plus or minus anything. Well, Eric, your claims are true. There you go, guys. He is not messing around. These are quality tools that are built for the long haul. They're heavy duty, they're robust, and as you just saw, they are very accurate. Let's just do that one more time, just so that you guys know I'm not trying to pull anything here. It's a 1, 2, 3 block against a 1, 2, 3 block against the Genuine Metalworks speed square.
Oh, look at this. Look at that. That's nice and shiny. Oh, go figure. Look at this. Look at this. Just look at it. Just look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, just get a look at that.
Yeah, I went over it. There are no camera tricks here, boys and girls. That's it right there. That is indeed 90 degrees, dead on. Let me know what you think down in the comments section. Contact Eric at Genuine Metalworks on Instagram and hit him up. Tell him you saw the video here on Haslip Cycle Works, and put the good word out. Spread the news that there's a quality tool in a community made by a member of the community. We have to let you guys know that these tools exist, that they're out there, and you really need to get your hands on these. These things are awesome. In case you didn't catch it the several times that I mentioned it, company name is Genuine Metalworks. If you look for them on Instagram, look for the hashtag genuinespeedsquares. You can see more examples of them being used. Some amazing ideas for these tools and the use of them. Some good examples out there, some very creative examples. So check that out on Instagram, hashtag genuinespeedsquares. And here's his card. That's Eric. I'm not going to try to say your last name, Eric. I don't want to butcher it. But there's his phone number, his email address, his web, how to follow him on Instagram. Check him out. And so go ahead and check him out, see what he's all about, see some of his examples of his speed squares being used on Instagram in some pretty amazing situations. If you purchase a set of these, you will not be disappointed. But I will tell you one thing. Once you purchase one set, and they do come in pairs, once you order one pair of these, you're gonna want more. Awesome, awesome, awesome tools. Good job, Eric. It's a home run, brother. That's it for today, guys. Just a real quick video on a tool that really deserves some focus and some spotlight and some exposure. Until next time, get up, get out there, and do it.